How to find a job that aligns with your purpose, either full-time or part-time work. Today, we're going to talk about 3 simple steps on how to do this and making it fun and enjoyable for yourself. I'm Lauren Hill. I'm a career coach for creatives, and I help creatives align with their purpose, master their mindset, and make money doing work that they love. So if you're straight out of college and you're looking for a job for the first time, you don't even know where to start, you're feeling overwhelmed, or maybe you're just in a career that isn't fulfilling and you want to change paths. You want a new job. You want a new path that has more purpose, that has more fulfillment, that feels more like you. This video is for you, and I'm excited for you to learn more about how to enjoy the process of finding this new job that feels more aligned. So I actually started with becoming a career coach because I was my first client. When I got out of college, I studied illustration in college. I actually didn't know what to do. It was 2009, right? The economy was not great. And illustration was like, okay, what am I going to do with that? At the time, I was completely confused. So I started Googling career coaching and really became my own career coach. And I did this same process that I'm going to take you through today for myself to end up landing a job as a art consultant for a gallery in the Napa Valley, selling over $4 million of art while I was there over the 6 years. And then I used the same exact process that I'm going to take you through today when I wanted to move to LA and find a job within the art world in Los Angeles, and then was able to land a job at the international publishing company, Taschen, and as the wholesale rep, which I had no wholesale experience. So this process works. I take my clients through it as well, and I'm so excited to share it with you today. So let's dive in. So the first step in finding a job that aligns with your purpose is research and discovery. So this is the piece where you get to have some fun with researching industries, businesses, brands, job titles, or individuals that really resonate with your skills, your passions, your preferences, your talents, your accomplishments, all of the things that make you who you are, and who you are feeling excited to wake up in the morning. What are those things that you're passionate about, that you love, that you could talk about for hours, right? So this is where you're going to do a little bit of research. The first place you can start is online. You can Google, you can use Instagram, you can use LinkedIn, and you can type in keywords that you're passionate about and then add the word job, career, business, and see what comes up. See if there's certain brands or companies that may be in your area. Type in, the search for 20 of the top creative businesses within your city. Or maybe you want to move to a new city, right? Type in that city. Type in, look through different. LinkedIn is a great way to do research as well, because you can connect with different brands that way and see what type of people work there. And you can not only do this online, but you can also go out in person. You can look around you in the world and see what is available to you. This is a way to expand your brain to see what is possible. So anything that, sounds interesting to you, even where you live, like maybe there's an interior design store that you've been to that just seems really interesting. So maybe you look up that brand or you go into that store to do a little bit more research to figure out what lights you up and find other brands that seem similar. So this is really the first phase of the research and discovery. And just taking notes on what really lights you up and maybe even feels like makes you jealous or envious. I had a client who has a full-time job in a field that isn't really aligned with her right now, but she feels like it's good enough for right now. Like she's bringing in enough money and she's starting her own business selling her own art. But there was some issues in her corporate job where she was worried that maybe she's no longer going to work there, or, she might get let go or something might happen. And so she was having a lot of fear come up. And I asked her, I was like, okay, well, what is around you that might be interesting to you? Go out into the world and take a look. And two different things happened. One, right away when we had this conversation, she was like, I actually go to this ceramic studio every week. She just started going to make ceramics for her own business. They actually have a job posting right now for branding. It's a 10-hour a week job. And so she applied, she ended up getting the job. So now she has her full-time job, her part-time job, and she has her business that she's just started. And it's bridging her into this new way of life that she's been deeply desiring. Not only that, there was another studio, a massage studio, that was a place that she goes regularly, right? And she just out of curiosity, out of this discovery phase, she went on their website to see if they have any jobs available. They had a job that looked very interesting to her. And so she applied for it. She had an interview last week, and I haven't heard how it went, but I'm excited to see. So it's like she is trying to become this new person that's more aligned with her purpose type of person, so that her career matches more of who she is. And she's doing it by just getting curious, going out into the world and doing some research. And this is what you can do as well, right? You can do it online and you can do it out in the world in person. So step number 2 is to document. Document what your findings are, what your discovery is. So you can actually list out, you can use a journal, you can use a spreadsheet, whatever you feel comfortable with, but list out some of your top, maybe even just like your top 5 to start in the following categories. So you can use business or brands. So places like Crayola, Goop, Anthropology, Mattel, like different companies that sound interesting to you, the Museum of Modern Art, the interior design store down the street, right? So listing out brands or companies that really stand out to you in your research and discovery phase. You can also list out the job title or the role. So this is where you're going to do a little bit more research of going to those companies and seeing what job titles are available. LinkedIn is, you can go on their careers page on their website and see what jobs listings are available now, or you can actually go onto LinkedIn and see who works there and click on them to see, oh, okay, this is what their job title looks like. This is the history that they've had. So you can write down the next list. You do business and brands, right? Job title or role. So it would be marketing director, graphic designer, copywriter, interior designer, gallery assistant, anything that is like the actual role that you're looking for. And reading through those descriptions, understanding what that actually is. So listing out some of those, the top ideas of roles or job titles, what that would be for you. And then the thirdly is individual or owner. So like I said, seeing those individual people that work at those companies. So this is where you're going to actually list out names to get in contact with. So maybe it's, first name, last name, who is a graphic designer for X company, or first name, last name, head of marketing at Starbucks. So this is where you're going to actually list out names and then contact them. So that's really step 3, is making connections. Actually, I'm going to back up a little bit because I want to tell you a story about my own experience with this. When I was wanting to move to LA, I was contacting a lot of different places down here. I was living in Napa at the time, and I was trying to find a job in LA that was aligned and in the creative industries. So I found Saatchi Art, which is an amazing company. And I decided to contact one of the people that I saw on LinkedIn that was head of, I can't remember what she was head of at the time, but I told her I was coming to LA. This was my background, and I'd love to have a meeting with her to learn more about the company, see if there's any jobs that would be aligned, and just to share, to learn more about her as well. She was available to take a meeting with me, which was amazing. I was so excited. I met with her and I got to learn about more about the company, how she got there, her journey and what that looked like. And it really helped expand my brain to see what type of other jobs or careers or companies were available to me. So that's really step number 3, is like making those connections, right? Reaching out, doing those informational interviews or coffee chats. And yes, I think for introverts, I am an introvert. I've had to teach myself how to become an extrovert. And it's been a difficult process. I still struggle with it. But I do have to say that stepping through that fear creates magic. I've seen it happen in myself and I've seen it happen in my clients. When you just test things out, get experimental, see, you know, who might be interesting for you. And you can not only just contact them, you can actually like find articles or listen to podcast interviews. Um, of different brands or companies or inspirational figures that work for those companies. So you can do it that way as well. But I really believe in lifelong networking too. So contacting someone, telling them a little bit about you, and then asking if you could have a 15-minute chat to get to know them and hear more about their journey, how they got to where they are now, because it really inspires you. Maybe that's something that you can include in your little email or message to them of like, wow, it's so cool that you work for this company. I would love to hear more about how you got that job and what your day-to-day looks like. Finding out what it really feels like to work for a company like that and understanding what tasks they have to do, and how they got there. And so that helps you kind of understand more of like what is available to you. Plus, you can plant the seed. I'm looking for a job. Here's my background. And, if you know of anyone, please let me know. And always write a thank you note after, the next day to follow up or after the conversation to keep that relationship going. These are lifelong relationships you want to create. So that's number 3. And this is honestly really why my career coaching is so different than others, is that I believe you can create jobs, businesses, sales, all of these things so much easier than just cold applying to jobs. Yes, that does work as well, but it's a lot of effort and frustration in my experience. And what's more fun is connecting with real human beings and finding out about their stories, getting excited and and understand, like experiencing the magic of what happens when you connect with another individual, and being bold to reach out, right? And it also, like I've said so many times on this, it expands your brain. You can, having these conversations, just the energetic level of it is so different than, imagine yourself typing and applying to jobs online, cold applying to jobs. That energy compared to having a conversation with someone that works for a company that you would love to work for, that you get to hear their story and it lights you up. That is an energetic match for what you're calling in. And I believe that's manifestation at work. When you step more into that energy of, wow, awe, yes, gratitude, appreciation, you magnetically become a magnet. You become a magnet for what you're manifesting, and it happens so much quicker. I promise you that. I've seen it in myself. I've seen it in my clients. So I want to offer a free consultation to you today. If you're interested in career coaching, I work with a lot of creatives who are feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling lackluster in their current career and they're wanting to up level and shift into a more aligned career. So if you're interested in uh, one-on-one coaching, there's information below, and you can sign up for a free consultation now to discuss where you're at now, where you want to go, and what's getting in the way of you making that happen. And we'll come up with a solution, we'll come up with a plan, and it'll be fun, and you will honestly be changed for the rest of your life. These are tools you can take with you for the rest of your life. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you got something really helpful out of this video, and please like and comment below if you have any questions about this process, about me, about career coaching, and please share with your friends as well. Thanks so much for listening, and keep going after your dreams.